guys, so what is up for today? And today, this is gonna be a new content I'm gonna be making in my channel. I'm going to be reacting to scary animation, horror films, or not films, clips, animations. You know, as you can see, I have this channel right in front of me right now, and it is called Wansee Entertainment. And I decided maybe I should definitely react to some of Wansee Entertainment's like short videos, or not short videos, like some of their horror story videos. So I want to start off like, you know, with one video I'm going to start for today is this. Okay, so the first video I'm going to be reacting to is called My Mom Can See a Ghost. And a quick commentary about that, like I can be relatable to that because my mom, yeah, she said to me before that she actually saw a ghost before, but that was when she was really young as a kid. It was like a doppelganger kind of ghost thing. Anyways, let's get into it. I'll just put it. This is on full screen.
My mom is quite a tough person.
Okay.
Her first impression, her way of speaking, and even her personality were so tough that she was often told that she would have succeeded if she becomes a shaman whenever she went to see a fortune teller. I guess that's why my mom has seen ghosts since she was
like
very
Slender
young.
Man, twin version of Slender Man, but a jaw gape.
We went driving to go somewhere.
Okay.
You know there are many ghosts around in this town. According to her, there's a rule in areas
it's
with
that
a lot
Slender
of
Man
ghosts.
twin again.
She said that they exist usually in areas with large bodies of water, like rivers or lakes.
Other type of ghosts.
Because those places had strong yin energy, the ghosts have nothing to do but just stay there.
Alright.
One day, Mom suddenly started screaming as we were driving along the road next to the river.
What do you think?
Then she said that this place was full of ghosts. When I asked which place it was, she pointed her finger at one specific area near the water and replied, "Right there."
What's right there?
My heart dropped at that very moment. After we passed that area, she kept looking back and saying that it was strange. And something more horrifying happened after that.
It's strange?
A few days later, we heard that an unidentified body was found by the river while watching the news. And the place was where we had passed by that day. And it was exactly the same place that my mom pointed her finger. When I asked my mom making a fuss, she then answered as if nothing had happened.
What?
Oh well, so that's why. They were gathered to see that body. I ended up staying up all night that day because I kept thinking about the scene my mom told me about.
So that was it. Thing is, like, the mom actually saw a dead body, but she saw the whole ghost gathering around the body. Man, that is kind of creepy in such a way, but not very creepy. Well, you know, let's go to the next video. Okay, so the next video is called Where is Mr. Carl? And the title of the other video of it, like right in the title here, it says, My neighbor has been missing and someone is wearing his clothes. Okay, so that neighbor is Mr. Carl. Okay, where is Mr. Carl? Let me tell you what happened to him. He got... Anyways, let's just keep going.
I grew up during the 1980s in a very tight-knit community in Georgia. When I was a kid, I used to love camping in my backyard.
That doesn't look like a
Almost every Friday night,
looks like a tent.
me and my little brother Donnie would set up a tent in our backyard and spend the night playing with our G.I. Joes inside the tent.
You know, actually, like when as a kid, like you have like one of those G.I. Joes or the little soldiers thing that you see from Toy Story, those green ones. And I used to have like one of those like Barbies and Bratz when I was a kid. You know, that's part of my interest, but I know.
Our neighborhood was nice, but the surrounding area was a bit shady. You see, this was at the height of the crack cocaine epidemic.
I was like,
and within a few years, our small town became infested by addicts and drug dealers.
I
remember there was an old man named Mr. Carl, who was once a pilot in World War II. He used to live across the street from us. His wife died of cancer around 1984, and after that, he went off the deep end. 3 years after his wife's death, he became addicted to crack and began wandering the streets at night.
Yeah, he's
It
full of
wasn't
crack.
long after that when his house got
Big
repossessed by the bank, and Mr. Carl became homeless. Me and Donnie would see him almost every morning sleeping on a bench at our bus stop.
I kind of feel bad for
Sometimes
Mr. Carl.
he would be awake and would talk to us.
I mean, like, you know, he's homeless.
We knew Mr. Carl, so we weren't afraid of him, and he never tried anything with us. He
That's
was
a good
always
guy,
very
though.
friendly.
Good guy.
After
Never
a
do
while,
anything
Donnie and
to
I
his
noticed that
boys.
Mr. Carl was no longer around. We asked our parents if they knew anything about what might have happened to him,
He died.
but they didn't have a clue. I can't recall how much time went by since the disappearance of Mr. Carl, but I would say it was...
I'm just gonna make an assumption. He's already gone. It's one of those drug addicts. He was dealing with some drug addicts, and one of them killed him. I'm calling it. I'm just calling it.
So on one Friday night, me and my brother were in our backyard playing with these rubber band rifles our dad
I thought
made
they were
for us.
playing like a
It
violin
was a
or
piece
some
of
sort.
wood with a wooden clip glued to the top of it, and a nail sticking out the front, so you could stretch a rubber band around the nail.
Yeah, that
and
is
clip
such
it to
a
the
good
top.
way, like to make
That way,
like
when you
your
release the
homemade
clip,
guns like that.
the rubber band went flying.
That's like a rubber band.
Me and Donnie were
But I
shooting
just
up
want to be
plastic
like a
toy
full bullet.
soldiers when we
An
heard
actual
something
bullet, but
rustling in
like
the
something
bushes
wrong
outside.
with, a small stone.
Now,
Some rustling.
this is Georgia. We've chased away our fair share of raccoons and stray dogs.
Oh, why you have
And
to?
with our new makeshift weapons,
why you have to throw stones
we were
on
feeling
those
extra
raccoons?
brave that
I
night.
might call PETA on that.
We decided not to go get our dad, and that we would handle the intruder ourselves.
Okay.
So we both exited the tent and made our way to the very back of the yard, where
Why
a
you
chain
have to
link
do
fence
that?
separated our
Even
property
if
from a
it's an
small
animal,
forest
why?
area. Donnie had brought along the flashlight and was pointing it into the forest just beyond the
just
fence. When we got to the fence line, a figure emerged from behind a tree.
Mr. Carl?
I
Oh, it
recognized the
is.
jacket that the person was wearing.
Oh wait,
It was a dark brown bomber-style jacket.
I heard in the
and
title
I saw that
someone's
the
wearing
person
his
was also
other
wearing one of
clothes.
those army veteran
Stupid!
caps.
Yeah, but it's not Mr. Carl.
There's only one person
It's
I
an
knew who wore a
imposter.
jacket like that. Mr. Carl.
What?
However, when I got a better look at the guy in the woods, it didn't really look like Mr. Carl.
Did you see
He was
under the
definitely
cap?
wearing his clothing,
Is he full of
but
cap?
the man appeared to be way too young to be Mr. Carl.
Oh, he got a
I
blonde
couldn't
hair.
get a good look at the man's face. He
Did
was
Mr.
looking
Carl have
down,
like a blonde hair?
so the bill
I
of
didn't
his
actually
cap
see.
concealed his features.
No, it's a gray hair. He's an old
That's when I
geezer.
noticed the dark red stains all over the man's jacket and jeans.
Oh, he must have
Me
killed
and
Mr.
Donnie
Carl.
just
That's why he's
stared at the
wearing his
man
clothes.
for about 30 seconds before asking him what he was doing back there.
Oh,
The
it's
man then
nothing.
reached
I'm on
down
my period.
and grabbed a large axe that was lying at his feet.
Oh my gosh.
He then
Can you
began
just
coming
run?
towards the fence.
Can you just go back into your house?
Me and my brother dropped our
There
wooden
you go.
guns and took off back towards the house.
Good.
As soon as I turned around, I felt something fly past my head.
What the?
I looked to the side to see the axe flipping through the air.
He missed.
It
He had a
crashed
miss.
into the
He
tent,
missed.
causing it to collapse.
It's Mrs. Dog Shame.
The rest of that night is a blur to me. According to our dad, when me and Don burst into the house, we were absolutely
They look like they're
hysterical.
playing.
It took about an hour to get the full story out of us.
Wait,
And
he's
by
just
that
standing
time,
there in the middle.
the
What?
mysterious man in Mr. Carl's jacket was gone. I just remember my parents talking to a police officer in the living room later that night.
Then what
As
happened?
far as I'm aware, there was never any follow-up, and I don't know if they ever caught the guy or retrieved the axe he threw into our backyard.
That's the thing. I was wondering.
This
like,
incident
if they found the
effectively put an
axe,
end
like,
to our
it's
Friday
not
night
there?
camping, and we never figured out what exactly happened to Mr. Carl.
He's lying there dead, naked, with the other serial killer, about to chop him with a hatchet. The third video we're going to be reacting to today is called True A Ouija Board Horror Story Animated. To tell you the truth, like, I don't actually, mess around with the Ouija boards, but I did mess with an app of an Ouija app thing. It's quite bullshit, so, like, none of it is, like, actually true what actually happened, so, like, it's never worth it to get an app of an Ouija app, so, just saying, guys, don't even try it out. Anyways, let's just react to it. My name is Veronica. Oh, you know what? Actually, the title that says my name is Veronica, that reminds me of like some other thing that I've seen before in a horror movie, or not a horror movie, a horror trailer in a commentary video. Because there's like this horror movie about this real event that's someone's named Veronica, and he got possessed. Like, because I think they actually use an Ouija board or contact with an evil spirit. And then, right in the end, like, spoiler alert, Veronica's already dead after she was being possessed. So, that kind of reminded me of that. Anyways, let's just get going.
This story happened to me a month ago. I used to talk with one of my friends before going to sleep. So that day we talked as usual and went to sleep. The next day when I woke up, I got a call from her and she told me about last night.
What happened
why
last
did
night?
you call me last night at 5 a.m.? As soon as I heard her words, I felt really weird since I was sleeping at that time, of course. I definitely remember that I didn't call or talk to anybody. What are you talking about?
That's strange.
I was asleep.
Yeah,
no,
she was asleep.
I swear to God, you literally called me, and the voice was exactly the same as yours.
Ooh.
She then said that she felt that the call was so weird, so she ended up hanging the call.
Like, how weird?
As soon as she told me, I heard a sudden voice coming from the bathroom. Hey, I gotta go. When I hung up the call, then went to check the bathroom.
Why had to be the bathroom?
The door was open, which
Something
was
always
strange
scary happens in a
I
bathroom.
remember that
Why
it was
there?
closed when my friend just had called me. I looked inside, but there was no one there.
Check behind the
So I
curtains.
closed the door and walked a few steps just until I heard the door behind me open again. I slowly turned around and went to close the door, but this time I went inside to check that no one is there. At that very moment, I could feel a cold breath on my neck.
Oh my gosh, no.
Being freaked out, I got out of the bathroom and went back to my room.
Yeah, same bolt,
While I
run
was
in.
sitting on my bed trying to calm down, I heard someone whispering in my ear, Veronica. That name, I immediately remembered it. That name was spelled by the Ouija board last night, which I was playing with my friend, talking on the phone.
Why were you playing
I asked
that
if
last
there was
night?
someone with me, and the board answered yes. Her name was Veronica. So she was the one that talked with my friend last night.
Bruh, what are you actually talking to her about? It's a you up text? What, do you want to meet up with her friend or something? Damn, that is so damn creepy though. Oh, okay. Now I'm really convinced like I never want to play with a Ouija board ever in my entire life. I know like Jay said he never wants to mess with all those like cult things, but like handing like a real Ouija board and like that thing actually happens like right after you're done playing with a Ouija board, some crazy strange shit happens to your life. I don't want to know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this new content of mine. And if you actually want to see me more reacting to Wansee Entertainment, I'm going to leave the link down below of what I've actually watched. And so see ya, and don't want to be ya.